Australia back in 2014. Aldersea featuring in this race in lane 4 with her new doubles partner Maddie Edmonds. But the race will be on between lanes 5 and 6, the United States of America, and they've been together since 2013 up against this new combination in 2017 from New Zealand of Donoghue and Lowe.
So the Kiwis closest to you in black, the Americans on their right in the yellow boat with the lane number 5, and this could be America's big hope for gold today. Not sure the men's or women's eights will provide gold, but here, over there on lane 1, we have the French Hélène Lefebvre, furthest away from you on the right. On the left, Elodie Rivera Scalmazino from Nice. There's the two Chinese, Wang Fei. Well, that's Liu Yang, Wang Fei in the stroke seat, the 29-year-old from the Henan province, both of them. Two of the favourites here, Milda Vakukaite, the Olympic bronze medalist, furthest away from you, and then the bulk, the enormous height of Eva Adomov-Ukaite, the 22-year-old in the stroke seat. Here's the two Aussies that Sarah Cook was talking about, 25 years of age, both of them. Olympia Aldersea furthest away from you in the bows, Maddie Edmonds in the stroke. Big shout, these two women, a lot resting on the shoulders, both 33. Megan O'Leary in the bows, Elaine Tomek at stroke. Will the New Zealanders break the hearts of the Americans? Brooke Donoghue in the bows of the boat, just 22 years of age. And the stroke woman, Olivia Lowe.
Australia, United States of America, New Zealand, attention.
We're away here, and it looked like the Lithuanians getting their bow ball off quickest off the mark there. But I think the Kiwis are going to be in this early lead, blasting out of the blocks.
I was struck, Sarah, by just how deliberate the American double was on their first stroke. They really wanted to get it right, no mistake, and they were very, very patient.
Yeah, that's right. And it's really important in these slight crossy conditions that we're seeing. We know that the lanes have been redrawn, so the fastest qualifiers are in lane 5 and 6, closest to us on screen. But over on the far side here is the French combination currently on screen. They were really fast in the first half of their semi-final the other day, but weren't quite able to match the pace in the second half of the race.
And I wonder, as we have a look here in this Australian pair, but with that superior experience of Olympia Aldersea in the bow seat will help to just keep this boat comfortable in these bouncy conditions as the breeze just comes in from the left, and seeing the Australian crew just pushing on to try and take the lead now.
It's interesting because here the conditions are almost a straight tailwind, but you can see the crew's having a little bounce there. You know, if it is an element of tail, I'm going to be fascinated to see how close they can get to that world record pace. 1:37 the Aussies went through when they set it in 2014. I'm not sure they'll be that speed, but their bow's showing in front now.
And I just think in these conditions, the bow seat just becomes a little bit more important. I generally think the bow seat of most boats, the job is to make the boat feel comfortable, to set it up, to steer it down the course. And that person just has all the more importance when it gets tricky like this.
And on screen there, we saw the Australians, the current race leaders, as they come up towards the 500-metre mark. Olympia Aldersea, the world best time holder in this event from South Australia. Maddie Edmonds in the stroke seat. She was in the Olympic women's quad for Australia last year at the Rio Games. As we see the Lithuanians on screen here, currently in 6th position. So one of the favourites with Milda Vakukaite, who won the bronze medal in this event last year, but currently sitting out the back of the field.
Well, again, it's experience in that bow seat, as you say, with Vakukaite. Now with her new partner in front of her, so strong, so powerful, but these conditions may not favour her as opposed to this crew here from New Zealand, who are experienced, probably used to training at Carapiro, where the breeze can certainly get up, and I think they could handle anything that's thrown at them. But what a great race, 6 boats this close.
It's the closest race we've seen this far into the race, 750 metres. And if you're watching in Australia, well, down under here are the crew that you are cheering for. In the stroke seat, Maddie Edmonds, the Queenslander, tall bulk of that woman, just really setting a beautiful rhythm. There's a head-to-head fight there between the Kiwis, who have made a move. Expect to see something from them in the third quarter, but the Americans still in there. If you're watching this in America, your crew is still in it, could still take this gold medal.
Like we said, locked together, only 10 metres separating all 6 crews, but it's China over in lane 4 who are the big movers through this section of the race, drawing themselves basically level with the Americans and now challenging the Australians currently in second place. But the Kiwis looking to really capitalise in this second 5, getting themselves almost a canvas ahead of the field now.
Yeah, the Chinese stroke woman Lu Yang there on the left of your picture. She finished 11th in this event in Rio with a different partner. She's taken on Wang Fei, coached of course by Jutta Lau, the famous German sculling coach, and now they're on the move.
Well, I think this one's still really wide open coming through 1,000. This third 500 is going to be all important. We see the American crew, O'Leary and Tomek here. This is the big chance for the United States, I think, for a gold medal today. A lot riding on these girls. Now they've got to deliver it in this last 1,000.
Coached by Sarah Trowbridge, this combination, they've been together since 2013, so they've had a lot of time together, as opposed to this Kiwi combination who are moving out to almost 3/4 of a length now, new to this event together as a partnership in 2017, winning 2 World Cup gold medals this year. So what a match-up this is going to be. It's been one of the most exciting races that I've been looking forward to after seeing the semi-finals. But now we have the Chinese on screen who are currently in 4th place, challenging to try and get into those medals.
So running through, you've got France on the left-hand side of your picture, then the Chinese, then we go to Lithuania, Australia in those centre lanes, and the favourites, USA and New Zealand on this near side. The Kiwis in the black boat, to me, seem to have made a race-winning move. They're not going to crack. USA are coming, though. They did have a fast sprint finish in the semi-final, 1:42. That was 2 seconds quicker than anyone else in the race, except New Zealand, who can throw in a 1:42 last quarter.
Well, I'm with you, Martin, that normally you wouldn't expect to see a crew crack, but we've seen some incredible racing throughout this week. And although the New Zealanders now are just pushing for this 1-length lead, there is still more than 500 metres to go. They're sculling beautifully together, the New Zealanders, but will someone else have something special in this last 500?
Yeah, that is a great shot of Olivia Lowe from the South Island Avon Rowing Club in New Zealand, coached by James Coote, and what a fantastic job that Coote's done with his crew. It's New Zealand in first, USA in second, Australia in third. That looks like the 1, 2, 3, but wait for some changes in the last quarter.
Yeah, have a look at the Lithuanians. They've now taken the Chinese. I thought the Chinese were going to get themselves into this race, but it's now Lithuania who's made a really big move here. They know, look at the power in the back end of that stroke from these 2 women. They need to get themselves into the medals now if they want to be part of it.
We see Adamovia Kaite in the stroke seat with all that power. She's trying to lift the boat up, but I think they're not going to be able to challenge for the medals. It's the crew from New Zealand who've continued to move out that little bit of clear water. The home crowd willing the United States to try to close this gap. It's going to need a big sprint with only 300 metres left.
Yeah, there's the US scullers. That's Ellen Tomac from Michigan and her partner Megan O'Leary from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They still can't close the gap with New Zealand, and the Lithuanians are coming closer. We need that 1:42 last quarter speed now, USA.
Last 250 metres, and look at the Lithuanians. They're pumping the Australians here. The Australians under big pressure to keep their bronze medal position. The Ellen Randall coach crew under pressure now from Lithuania, who are moving through. The Americans, they're now making contact with the Kiwis.
So it's the Kiwis as they approach the last 10 strokes or so of this regatta. They're in black, the Americans in silver medal position. They're in lane 5. You can see in bronze medal position, it is the Aussies holding off the challenge from the Lithuanians. But try what they may, the US cannot close that gap. It's going to be a gold for New Zealand. Low and Don, if you take the gold, the USA take a silver medal, well deserved. Aussie hold off the Lithuanian challenge. China finish in 5th place, and the French take 6th. Spread out across the course in a sort of chevron
staircase, I think you'd call that. Staircase finish, which we could speak about a little bit more later, but let's just enjoy this moment for this double from the United States, picking up a silver medal. Behind that New Zealand crew, who really made the decisive move in the middle and left these Australians, who were the early leaders, back in bronze. Said 3rd on our screen, but in bronze medal position.
Yeah, a great race there by the Kiwis. They were the favourites coming into this event, but really held their nerve. What a race.
So I don't know if we should note the way those boats finished. We're used to seeing the chevron. Of course, the lanes have been reseeded. So we did end up seeing the faster crews over here on 5 and 6. They took full advantage of those conditions, if there is something on the course. And therefore, we ended up with that pattern that we saw across the pack when it came to that final shakedown at the end.
Yeah, another gold medal for New Zealand. And these two women really haven't got any previous form. They weren't in the Olympics, and they've come out and beat the rest of the world. So you can hear in the background, no doubt, the fanfares of the medal party for the lightweight men's fours. This may be the last time that we will see this
lightweight men's fours
ceremony.